Today we are going to discuss project management framework. Broadly, we are going to discuss effective project management, how to do project management more efficiently, more effectively. Then we are going to discuss the project management context, like how project management works, what is the framework that we should keep in mind always. Then what is a project life cycle, what is the introduction, what is the conception, what is execution, what is the implementation, what is post-implementation, this is what we are going to discuss now. And how important is your information, communication, monitoring, so we'll discuss the organizational structure in general. Then of course we are going to discuss project management processes, how the project management define its different standing operating procedures. Then we will discuss project management as the process groups. Then we will discuss of course project management knowledge areas. There are 10 very key factors that we should keep in mind when we are talking about effective project management. The point number one is successful project reach agreements between all the stakeholders. There is no conflict of interest, there is no ambiguity in the thoughts and in concepts. So this is a very important point, that all the stakeholders part of this project should be aligned in their objectives in order to meet a desirable project at the end of the tenure. Successful projects placed overall project's responsibility on a project manager. So you should make one central person, which in our technical language is called project manager. This project manager is going to be a major think tank, and he is going to take the lead of the project, and he is trying to integrate different factors, different sphere of operations into more reasonable way, so it brings more efficiency, of course. For example, like if you are a CEO of a company, you're a general manager, so you sit 1 hour with finance, 1 hour with accounting, 1 hour with R&D for research and development, one for project management, one is for production management, one is for operational management, one is for cash flow management, one for accountings, and for marketing, business development, and a couple of other departments. You sit half an hour, 1 hour based on the requirements and other stuff. So at the end of the day, you are the guy who understands all the organizations. Every organization has its own objectives, goals. Salespeople want more commission, they want to sell with huge discounts. But when it comes to the costing, when you check costing, sometimes if the sales guys are selling below cost just to have a sales and their commissions. So there is one department like who's taking care that we are not selling below cost, in just an enthusiasm of making sales for the company. So these are the integrated facet of the organization where we have to be vigilant, we have to be smart enough, we should have operating procedures, we should have policies, and we should have motivation to do. People should have an effective collaboration, they are coordinated, they have information flow with each other. These kind of things will bring an effective project management as a core tool. So the schedule of the project should be very clear. All technicalities has been discussed, with non-technical part, financial part, non-financial part, operational parts, non-operational parts has been studied in the proper way. Cost is the most important factor. Some projects, when the recession comes, of course, because of non-availability of the funds, they get themselves on hold. So if this kind of situations, we should be very much clear what are the sources of finance, how the money will inflow, and how the project will be executed in general. Now, as much clear is your job description, your role descriptions, your project is going to be very effective. Like if you want to have an effective HR, this is a human resource department, which is the blood nowadays for the organization, because they create an organizational structure and they place people into job descriptions, titles. They set the organizational decorum to communicate. So if you guys are very effective in terms of your communication, in terms of your organizational structure, and you know that what are the responsibilities, what are the accountabilities, what are the responsibilities that you have, it is going to add value in the organization as a success factor. Successful projects has a mean of measuring project progress. You use mathematical tools like Gantt charts, some other diagrams, which is very effectively telling you. You have reasoning diagrams telling you fishbone effects. They are telling you. There are so many simulations. There are so many mathematical tools available nowadays to make to have the progress of the projects in terms of execution. Successful projects had constant open communications between the stakeholders, because nothing is absolute. When you go to the real grounds, when you start your work, you have day-to-day learnings, you need revisions, you need discussions, you need guidance, you need brainstorming, you need thinking. So if the project stakeholders, they are in continuous in touch with them, they work in a team, they have motivation, they have freedom to talk, they express themselves, and management is listening to them, it is going to create a effective project management and it will create a successful project management. Now, scope of the project is very, very important, because if you don't know what is your aim, you cannot reach to your destination. So aim is very, very important. Now, generally, what are the symptoms that we see in a flop project is the idea is not clear. They have so many changes in the thoughts. When the final product is reaching to some shape, there are so many revisions, changes, which create a big problem for the projects. In our further discussion, I'm going to explain you some examples that the big companies in the world, what they did, what outcomes they received, what was the loopholes, what was the weaknesses, and those companies who have effective project management employing in their organizational culture, they have become a part that all project management is on all levels. It's on the individual level, it's on the department level, it's on the group level. These things add value to the organizations. Now, in terms of successful projects had effective upper management support, because there is someone on the top who is thinking about the projects, who is curious, who is keen, he is taking too much interest in the project management, in this project is passion, you want to deliver, you want to show to the world that is something new, and this is going to add value into your group, in your companies, as individuals, as organization. You are more loyal to this project. So once the top management is concerned, they are looking for the loopholes, they want to correct it as soon as possible, and they are so much interested. They are having regular meetings, they are discussing with every manager, every people, look, what is your problem, how to sort out. These kind of things are going to add value, and upper management support is really very, very important in this concern. Now, in terms of successful projects, capture customer need, preventing design drift, of course. Customer is always a king. In terms of marketing, basically we make everything which is the requirement of the customer. If you go 15 years before, when a family, a small family has to go for an outing, what they do is they have to carry a big radio, a big camera, or a big mobile, and a couple of other things. Which now you have a smartphone, which has a lot of options. It has high-end cameras, it has radios, it has video making tools, it has emails, so you don't need to bring a laptop with you, and a couple of other things which is dramatically changing because the world is changing, the concept, lifestyle, everything is changing. So this is the need of a customer. Customers start traveling, they have become more compact, the family size is squeezed, the lifestyle is more fast, so they need like ready-made stuff. So those companies who deliver their products according to the customer demands, they become really successful. And of course, like successful projects empower the team management. This is how all big organizations nowadays working. There are two styles of working. In fact, one is centralized, one is decentralized. When it's come to decentralization, means that you make teams, you make a team leader, and you give him certain responsibilities so he can take decisions. Especially when we are using just-in-time inventory management system, which require a proper planning, MRP, effective material resource planning systems. Then the manpower is becoming more important, the way, the trainings, all these things, you cannot take time to take decisions. So you have to use decentralized system, which is more value additions for bringing in effective operational management in the organizations. And of course, as a project managers, you should see what are the risks associated with the projects and how these risks are going to be addressed. So part of your successful management is, of course, the risk management, because risk management is nowadays, as an enterprise risk management, is a compulsory portion of being studied as a project management.